What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do things a little bit differently on this episode. We're gonna go ahead and discuss what's going on inside of the shop. Probably get with Chris here in a bit, talk to Fernando about some updates about the G80, and just kind of get a good game plan of where we're at for all the cars that are here so far. So thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on this video because it helps me make more videos. Let's get into it. You have any updates for us for the Z?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Why? You haven't been driving the car, have you?
Been a month.
Yeah, you got off the track and that was it. I don't think we talked about you at the track though with the first time with the car. How did that go?
It was a good one.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the first time when you get on the track, you're supposed to run with an instructor, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then after you're good to ride by yourself?
Yes. Rigo said that maybe for my next track day, I'm ready to go solo. However, it would be in a class where it's like students that graduated from having an instructor.
Okay, cool. So the first track day went well. How did you do?
It was good. I think I did pretty well. According to Rigo, my instructor, he was, happy with my skills at the track, given it that, it was my first time there. The car did amazing. It's a whole different animal. It's a whole different experience to what I'm used to, which is track racing. It's a different adrenaline for sure. And the fact that you get to enjoy it for 5 sessions of 30-20 minutes each, makes it even better. So it was for sure a good experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk about some of the cars that we have here in the shop and some updates that we have going on in the cars.
Yeah.
Want to take us around back?
Yeah.
As always.
Again, one more time.
So what do we got going on with this BMW? Let's start with this.
So I don't know if you guys remember, this G82 was on the dyno a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. This car is actually in to do some intakes, downpipes. I believe we're going to do mid pipes on it as well. And the ECU was unlocked, and we're doing boot mod on it. So basic bolt-ons for these cars. Just this is probably one of the most basic setups for these intakes, downpipes. Some people do it 50 if they want to get a little bit more out of the car. But yeah, we
so
should be doing
what people refer to as full bolt-ons then.
No, it's far from being full bolt-ons right now. It still needs an intake manifold, it needs an exhaust. There's quite a few things that need to be added on to be full bolt-on. But yeah, those are the basic ones that you do on these when you get them.
What do you think the power level is going to be with this once it's done?
I want to say it should be at around mid 600s. E50, they go well above the 700 mark, 750. But that's as far as you can push the stock turbos on these. So it should be an interesting car to see at the dyno after, because we do have a before on it, so which it did pretty good numbers for a stock car.
Lewis, how do you like working on BMWs?
I like it. It's pretty awesome.
Be honest.
Yeah, they're a little bit of headache sometimes, but it's a nice car to work on, especially because they're fast. So
it looks like the motor is out of the TTRS. Let's talk about this one next.
This car is actually been a customer for years now. I don't know if you guys remember the TTRS that we took to FO2K. This is the car. It was a stock turbo car with a TT 700. Well, that will change now. We're building the motor and we're gonna upgrade to a TT 77. The reason for it, the car didn't blow up or anything. It was still running fine, but the customer wanted a little bit more out of it. So I think that was the perfect setup for it.
Now, were we able to get like a pre-time that he did at the last races compared to what it's going to be now? Or do we know a horsepower level of where the car was at before?
So the car before made 671. I drove it myself at the track. I think the best that we got out of the car was like a 9.6 at 143. The car could have done better. I just couldn't get a better time out of it. Maybe a driver issue. But with the new setup, it should be going low 9s. This is basically going to be the same exact setup that we had on the black TTRS when it went 9.3. So we're expecting it to be, you know, somewhere near that park in the quarter mile. So
As far as the completion date, this is obviously going to take some time as it's more in depth of an install. So what do you think it's going to be? Probably like a month?
well, this is gonna come down to the machine shop. Typically, you know, putting the motor together and putting it back in the car is like a 1 day, 2 day max thing. So I want to say a few weeks before it's done, and we hit the track or something.
Now, as you guys know, here at the shop, we love our time attack, our circuit racing. So we do have this circuit built Supra here, but I think this one's only getting maintenance, as I remember.
It was getting some maintenance and a pre-race checklist that the car needs, you know, up on a track event. So we performed that, and there's still a little things that we have to do here and there, but for now, for the most part, everything has been done.
As you guys saw on our last episode, this car is basically complete now. What was the power level that we got with this?
The car made 812 on 93.
Okay, and it's got a pulley upgrade with full exhaust and intake, right?
Correct, and headers.
And headers, okay.
Yep.
Alright, so nice GT500. I love the fact that these cars come with these carbon fiber wheels. Dude, they just do it for me. It's so cool seeing all these different builds being worked on, especially seeing the customers smile on their face, bro. It's everything.
Yeah, this is just waiting to be picked up at this point. But we added the car had the white line already, but it didn't have the GT500 here. Customer wanted it, so we did it for him.
R8 time. R8.
So this pretty much has been done. It was just here for some maintenance and a TPMS issue that I had. Car's been done. It just needs to be picked up.
Big fan of these R8s, especially the newer versions to the interiors. Look absolutely immaculate.
Twin turbo. Can't beat that.
See, a lot of people are under the conception that we only do performance modifications, but this Tesla is actually getting full airlift 3H kit. Now, for some of you guys that don't know, airlift has 3 different kits. Okay, they have their main kit, which is the 3P, and that one's going to be based off pressure. So it runs its height control off of pressure instead of the 3H, which runs its height control off of height sensors. So pretty cool setup, because a lot of people don't normally run the 3Hs. They'll run the 3Ps. It's just more of a easier setup for people. Plus, you don't have to install any height sensors, and depending on how low you are, depending on the car, these can sometimes be prone to braking. So a lot of people prefer the 3P sensors over that. Now, the base is very similar to the Airlift V2, just an updated management that you actually pay. But it does perform the same way, and I believe that one actually utilizes a app, yes, to control height. Yeah,
Which is pretty dope.
yeah, that's pretty dope too. So you do have 3 options, but we don't just do performance. We also do, you know, wheel installs, performance upgraded tires.
We
do
see a lot of
maintenance.
these for the control arms for the intuitive. We get a lot of them. A lot of Teslas for the intuitive lower control arms and the alignment kits, because these tend to eat tires in the inside.
The minute you adjust height.
Yeah, because they're not adjustable.
I'm excited to see the way this one's gonna turn out. Now I do want to talk a little bit about Fernando's BMW. Is he up front? Yeah, he's up front.
Yes, he is.
Let's grab. Hey Fernando, can I steal you for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
I want to talk about the BMW.
Okay.
I know the car's been down for a little minute, but it's getting some pretty serious work. Tell me a little about it.
So we're basically just doing a full overhaul or a completely new setup. Prior to, we had the stock motor, and we were on stock turbos and got a best of 9.9. The car made about 730 wheel. But obviously, you know, this is what we do. We want to make more power, keep pushing the platform just like everybody else is doing. So right now we're in the middle of rebuilding the engine. So we're going to have what we call our stage 2 engine. So it's going to be sleeved, Carrillo rods, CP pistons, upgraded wrist pins, Kelford cams, Kelford springs and retainers, and the whole nine, right? So we're gonna build the engine, and then we've teamed up with Pure. We're gonna put a stage 3 transmission, their upgraded transfer case, and the torque converter. And then one special, well, actually, let me bring that back. We have a new sponsor on board, which is Doc Race. Doc Race has been known to put out BMW turbo kits, and you haven't heard a whole lot about them on the G80 platform. So we've talked to them. We're actually going to make a kit based on a GT42 frame. So it'll be a large frame turbo, and we just can't wait to put it together and see what it does. It should be pretty interesting.
Now, with all that done, where do you think we're going to be at power level wise, as well as drag time, quarter mile?
Well, we want to keep it as a full weight car, right? We don't want to take any interior out or make it more of a race car.
So just a very quick street car.
Yeah, I mean, for that we have the Supra. You know, we're going to make the Supra fast. This, we just want to make a quick street car. You know, something that, you know, other dads out there are picking up kids, and they want something that could be multi-use. So we want to show what it can do, like full weight. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna build the motor. We're gonna put the heavy-duty transmission, new turbo kit. We're gonna put lightweight wheels that we're gonna show you later. They're gonna be really cool. And then we're gonna go out and test. I mean, as far as the turbo, we're still tossing the idea of what we're gonna run on it, but it will be a GT42 frame. So it could be anything from like their 6785 to 7685. We haven't really decided yet, but it'll be something in that range.
Okay, and what do you think it's going to do for track times as well as for?
Well, I'd like to see it do mid-8s, full weight on street tires, right? When I say street tires, is some sort of drag radial that can be driven without having to worry about, you know, getting off the freeway because it doesn't do well on the rain. So something streetable.
So what do you think the BMW is going to run the quarter once it's done?
That's a good question, but I'm hoping for an 8-second pass.
I could see 8 seconds. I could totally see 8 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's no question that these cars can run 8 seconds. I mean, there's guys already. What the fastest one is at 8 flat.
Yeah.
So it's completely doable. But in my case, I just want something that's more just street driven. You know, more of a complete street car with all the luxuries, with all the seats, and I'm saying that what they're doing is, you know, not something that, obviously that they're doing great things, and I'd love to go that fast too. I just want to have this more of a daily car. A daily car. How fast can we get to, or how fast can we go before
we sacrifice the reliability of the car.
before we lose
reliability,
reliability, or before we make it a race car. You know, we still want it to be fun. It can't be. It has to be right at that limit where it's like, okay,
you kind of want to do what the V10 platform is doing. Those cars are going 7s, and you can drive them home with your AC, radio, everything on. The car just drives.
The only difference is now you can have the kids in the back in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're like going fast. So.
Awesome. Why don't we talk about our Supra, because we haven't really talked too much about our car yet. Where do we have it? Is it outside?
Yeah, it's outside.
All right, let's go check it out.
Sure.
So as you guys know, we do have a new track car. It's going to be our A90 Supra. We just got it out of the wrap shop with a new livery. I love the livery. I love the color schemes for the livery itself. Now, first, let's talk about performance modifications. So what are our future plans for this build?
So this car's a 2020, and it already made previously about 900 wheel on a G35 1050. Pretty standard setup. Obviously, we want to go faster. It's a 2020, so it has a 2-port head we were tossing around the idea of switching it to a 6-port, but honestly, we're gonna just stick with a 2-port, see how well it does. If we really feel like, okay, we're lacking on performance because of the 2-port head versus the 6-port, then we might switch that up later on. But for now, we're gonna stick to that. Obviously, like we're doing on the G80 and so many other cars, we're gonna stick with pure in terms of the transmission. We already have stage 2 in it. We're gonna send that one out and have it upgraded to stage 3. The motor is pretty stout as it is, but we're gonna take it apart and then give it a few upgrades in order to take the amount of boost that we're gonna be pushing or trying to push on this car. Turbo, we're gonna switch out for a Zona. We're gonna try out a new turbo. It's an 80 millimeter. It's probably on the higher side of what everybody's running, but we just want to test new waters, see how it does. Zona feels like it'll be a good choice for us, given our goals, right? So we'll give it a shot and see what happens.
Now, what do you want to see from this car, Chris? What are you hoping to see from this car? Because I know we did pretty good with our last Supra.
Well, like Fernando said, given that it's a 2-port, I'm not expecting it to go as fast as our other car, but I definitely do want to see it, be around them. I do want to see an 8-second pass out of it. I want to see mid 8s at least.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna push to go as fast as
right, but
we possibly can.
It's easier done than said.
Right.
So I definitely want to see it go fast. I know we got what it takes to make it go fast. It's just a matter of some time and seat time and learn the car, because it is a little bit different to the other setup that we had. But I don't see why it wouldn't go fast.
Now, I heard you mention Doc Race for the G80 M3's future. What's that about?
Yeah, so Doc Race is a company that primarily focuses on turbo kits or turbo kit hot parts and that sort of thing. We've been a dealer for them for a while, and I got to talking with the owner, and I said, you know what, let's put something together for my G80. And they have a nice kit that can fit a G42 frame turbo, and we're gonna try that out. We're gonna put a G42 frame turbo kit on it, along, and it'll go great with what we already have, which is, the stage 2 motor and then the stage 3 trans from Pure and all that. So it'll be interesting. We'll definitely put some more content out there once we have all the parts in place, so you guys can take a look at it.
Well, guys, that's going to be it for the shop update on majority of the cars that are being worked on here in the shop. Stay tuned for more updates on individual vehicles that we do have here, including platforms such as the B58 platform, BMWs, as well as Audi R8s, TTRS, RS3s, and more. Don't forget to smash that like button. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more content, as it also helps me make more content. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll see you next time.